People are beginning to realize and wake up that they've been lied to, not just by society, but by social media, by companies all around the world, by news, by many different outlets. I'm not going to be too specific. I'll let you figure out and discern that which you believe to be true and right. But know that I will have my opinions as much as I know that you'll have yours. And the ones that are open minded enough to understand the difference are going to understand that when you're just being yourself, life is pretty good and it's pretty easy. You don't have to have all of the most material possessions in the world. You don't have to be the best at anything in particular. You just have to be the best that you can be and to strive to be as non-disposable as possible in the society that we live in, because most people nowadays are disposable. In fact, everybody that I know, including myself, is disposable. That doesn't mean that you're not worth anything. It just means that one day we're all going to die physically. And those that have spiritual life and those that have spiritual understanding and wisdom and insight will have a kind of recognition of spiritual life in another. It's great to be about and around people that are joyful and confident and that are at peace with themselves enough to know that they don't need to take anything from you, that they can just want to give because they have what they need and they want to give to just share in this common life. It's a beautiful thing. But I think so many people also are just really boring, to be quite honest. A lot of people in this world are very meh. They just don't know, and they don't want to know how to live life to the fullest and to celebrate through hard work. Hard work is the celebration, in my view. Apart from when I got sick with COVID a couple months ago, I've not taken a day off of some kind of working out, whether it's like push-ups, sit-ups, running, swimming, weightlifting, basketball, racquetball, you name it. I have not gone a day without some kind of physical activity and not working. Like whether I'm doing YouTube videos or whether I'm doing work for my regular job or for Regal Change, my business that I'm starting and doing, and the workshops that I'm participating in with other individuals across the nation. I haven't taken a day off since May last year, which is roughly, like, now that I think about it, like 9 months almost to the day. And I can say with absolute certainty that I do not want to go back. Yeah, you know what? There's going to be days where I don't want to be doing the things that I do. I don't want to wake up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. But I do it. Last week, there was a few days where I didn't want to be there, and I could tell that this other person didn't want to be there either, and started talking to me about how he doesn't want to do the work, to work hard. And it's like, well, I don't really care to listen to you complain. I don't have time to listen to your complaints, especially when I don't know you. Like if I know you and I'm genuinely caring about your well-being and have a healthy awareness for who you are and what you're going through, I'm not going to care. And most people aren't going to care anyway. And even those people that you think are your friends, which, by the way, friends don't exist. This is something I just figured out recently. Friends do not exist. We have brothers, we have sisters, we have lovers, we have mothers and fathers, and then we have like business acquaintances and business relationships and clientele. I don't think friends exist at all. You can be friendly, but I don't think friends exist. I would much rather have a brother by my side than a friend. And I'd much rather have and be with sisters or around sisters that have a reverence for life and the infinitudes of life thereof than to be about 304s. For those of you that don't know what a 304 is, it's slang, modern slang for promiscuous woman, I guess you could say, among other things. But most people nowadays, they just want to be on their phone. Even when they're around and out and about. Like, I look at these people at the gym, I'm vigilant, I'm alert, I'm on point, I'm looking around, I'm prepared for war. And these people that have their earphones in, that are just like dilly-dallying around, it's like, if there was something that really terrible that happened right now, you would be the first person to go to for that person that wants to be dangerous and evil. I'm not evil, but I am dangerous. That's something else that I've had to distinguish and like understand how to put that kind of mentality in its proper place. If you are not dangerous and not evil, you are a puppy. You are not going to make it. You're like that, you know, in Mario Brothers, where before they take the mushroom, they're like this big, and then when they take the mushroom, they get bigger. You're like the little mushroom where you only have like one life. Whereas the people, and that's you with the headphones out there that are just on your headphones or on your phone, just going out in the world, like you're that little person playing Mario. The person that's vigilant, that is aware of what's going on, that maybe even has like certain power-ups that they've been able to find, and because they've dug that kind of treasure inside their spirit, or dug for that treasure inside their spirit. Those people are the ones with those, they have the mushroom and they have like the special power. So they have like 3 lives whenever they're going up against Bowser. And you got 1. Again, this is metaphorical. But I think social media in a lot of ways has just rapidly changed culture in a way that most isn't even comprehensible to people that are of my generation and below, because they don't know what it's like to be without it in many different ways. So things aren't really like different to them. But I've talked with people that are 20, 30 years older than me and older, and they tell me that even just from 20 years ago, and I'm 26, like they say that even just 20 years ago, the world is absolutely completely different with the internet capabilities that we have. And it's so crazy, like you can just make money by clicking on a screen now. Like you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do any really hard work. Like with cryptocurrency, you can just click buttons and make money. That's wild. That's wild. And yet, most people are too busy wanting to get clicks or likes on Instagram and attention that they don't see these like bigger pictures. People are realizing that they're wasting their time. But most often, it's when people realize that they're wasting their time is when it's sometimes too late. I know there's been a lot of people in my life years ago that, I mean, the number one thing that always came up with these people that are 30 plus older years than me was that they don't regret the things that they did. They regret the things that they don't do and they didn't do. If they didn't take care of themselves or look after their health, now all of a sudden they've got cancer or something because they smoked or they just had alcohol problems. It's like they knew they were burning the candle at both ends and expected the time to last longer than it really did. Of course, there's always the people that unfortunately just get cancer because it's somehow genetic or something, and or they just have these weird diseases that causes them to have an existential crisis. But honestly, I think the world could use an existential crisis. Apparently, COVID wasn't enough. Apparently, like a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, wasn't enough for people to wake up. Some did. And those that started to see through things and started to ask questions understood that things were changing a little too different and weird. Even just talking about COVID now can be considered like controversial when I'm not even making any claims. Like I'm not even saying anything specific about it. I'm just saying that obviously that was a time-shifting moment for the whole world. And what did most people do? They got lazier. David Goggins has a saying. It's like, don't hate a motherfucker because he works harder than you. That's what a lot of people do now. They think that it's just going to come easy. And then they don't see your success, like what it took to get to your success. That's something that I've had to deal with a lot recently. It's like, I shouldn't even be here. And now, yeah, you're looking at me trying to live the most positive life that I could possibly live out in the world, out in the real world. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who's with me and who's not. And I'm pretty sure I know that it took a hell of a lot more to get here. And I didn't, and this is the thing too, like those people that actually work hard to get to where they are, how often do you see them complaining? Not very often. Not very fucking often. You also might not even know how rough they are going through something right now. Like these people that are striving to be successful and striving to have ambition and striving to actually do something with their life. You have no idea what they're going through. And yet, because you think, the haters anyway, because the haters think that their horoscope didn't match up with what their day was, then all hell's broke loose. It's like, bitch, please. I've made enemies along this way. I've made so many mistakes that I had to learn from in order to get to where I am. You're not learning from your mistakes. Instead, you're just complaining that life isn't fair. And it's like, well, welcome to the real world where truth bombs are dropped and reality is split open for anybody to see. But your haters aren't going to want to see it. They will literally deny what they're seeing because they can't take it. They can't take the truth. Nietzsche said that you can tell a lot about somebody's character by how much truth they can tolerate. What exactly does that mean? It means truth hurts more often than not. And the truth is not always an easy pill to swallow. And so when you do hear the truth, and you know you hear the truth, and you get angry about it, you're not being able to tolerate the truth. Now, of course, there are going to be people out there that are not exactly on your level, but they respect you. And there are going to be people that you're not on their level, and you'll still respect them because you can see, based off of the work that you've done, how hard it is to get to that place. And there's a respect there that is very valuable. And the people that have no respect for you, those haters, they're the ones that are not capable of self-reflection. They're the ones that are on their phone. They're the ones that are living their best life. Ugh. Sometimes when I see these people, it just makes me sick. I wouldn't even recommend looking in their direction now that I think about it. That's maybe what I'll start doing. I mean, I really try not to pay too much attention to like people's lives in general. I just try to pay attention to my surroundings and just make sure that I have a situational awareness and I'm attentive to my environment. However, when you see these people that are completely disobedient to themselves and not capable of taking care of themselves, it's like, since they don't have respect for themselves, what makes you think they're going to be able to respect? If they don't have respect for themselves, what makes you think they're going to be able to respect you? They're not going to be able to. So my main message is to just start doing things. Even if it's just like drawing or something, just do something. Social media should be a tool for proper education, spiritual like a heightening of spirituality, and true connection. I believe that that's where we can get in this new domain and these platforms. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these videos. So with that being said, I hope you all have a blessed day, and peace be with you. Till next time.